Fun fact, every 1 in 10,000 people have perfect pitch. Play the music. Welcome to Open M.I.C. I'm your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Now, Open M.I.C. is a music show where we talk about music subjects. You can find it anywhere that you get podcasts, from YouTube to Apple Podcasts. We everywhere. Now, on this episode, I'm going to talk about hip-hop journalism and some comments that the rapper Russ made. I'm going to talk about a tweet that Wale had about Future being top 10. I'm going to give my big three when it comes to women MCs right now. And I'm going to talk about some albums that I'm excited for. Let's get it. So Wale made a tweet about hip hop journalism and the state of journalism in general. And I originally saw this because of Henny. Shout out to Henny. Follow Henny on TikTok, Instagram. They're a great follow. I saw the conversation because of Henny, and I wanted to give my 2 cents on this conversation. But follow Henny. I might put the video in the description so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. But Wale made a tweet that talked about the state of hip hop journalism and how it's basically going to be pretty much like memes and stuff like that and clickbait from here on out. And I do agree with him, and I agree with him because it's changed because of social media. It changed because of the digital age. Magazines aren't as popular as they used to be. Newspapers aren't as popular as they used to be. Articles aren't as popular as they used to be. While somebody like me is going to buy the magazines, is going to buy the newspaper, that's going to buy the physical stuff because I like having physical media. I know that's not the norm. I know that the people who are going to consume that, buy that, all that, they are people who love music, who love journalism, who love the art form, who love all that. So even like magazines now, though, a lot of them are online now too. Like they're not printing them as much. And when they do print, it's like special editions and stuff like that. And it kind of does suck. Because we are seeing like some of the like journalists that we like grew up loving and stuff like that being like moved out the way for like streamers and like TMZ type people, because I don't consider them journalists. And it's just drama now is more important than what's on somebody's album or who they work with or just anything that journalists are going to ask. People care more about the drama. That's why you see people more invested in what's going on with Diddy than what's going on with the Catholic Church. Same type of thing, but people care about the drama. They want to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? Like, headlines are more important than the actual work. That's why like a Breakfast Club can thrive, because they can say the most off the wall stuff with little to no research, and it's gonna make headlines. Now we have people who just like, they just try to go with the gotcha moment instead of actually doing the work. And there are a lot of journalists out here. I don't want to like make it seem like they're not journalists out here. There are some great journalists out here. The problem is they are not getting the proper attention because we live in an era of mess and drama. We live in the era of clickbait when people's attention spans are less. So I agree with what Wale is saying. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish I wasn't agreeing with him, to be honest. I wish I can be like, no, this and this and this. But the reality is the digital age and social media has changed journalism and hip hop journalism, that we don't really put respect on the ones who are doing a great job at it. You know, I will also make a case that we let outsiders get into hip hop. Outsiders control the narrative. And when I'm talking about outsiders, I am talking about white people. I don't think that white people should ever be controlling the narrative when it comes to hip hop. But unfortunately, we have got to the place where that is what's happening. And that's partly why we see the narrative going the way that it's going. But I hope hip hop journalism gets to a better place. But this tweet by Wale sparked a conversation by the rapper Russ, and he kind of irritated me. Not kinda, he really irritated me. So Russ had this whole like bullet point manifesto talking about like change, like how the digital age changed and all this type of stuff. It was just saying a lot, right? And now he's not wrong on some of the stuff that he's saying, but he's wrong and he's wrong also in some of the stuff that he's saying. Because yeah, like the digital age has changed the way journalism is, and there's like video form and blah blah blah. But he's talking about like, oh, artists would rather go to streamers because like they're spending their own money and blah blah blah. And what he's saying is that's not journalism then. You know, if you would rather go to streamers, you would rather have a promotion team. You would rather have like that's what that is. When you go to these streamers and you pay and all that, that's a promotion. That is an ad. You are paying for it. You don't actually want to get interviewed. You don't actually want to be asked hard questions. You don't actually want a journalist interviewing you. You want to pay for promo. You want to pay for an ad. Because you going to the streamer, if you going to Kai, is ad, it's promotion. Whether you're paying them or not, you going there, you're not going to actually get hit with hard hitting questions. You're going there for promotion. You're going there to like seem entertaining, to help your brand. And that's cool. I have no problems with artists doing it. I do think it's lazy, but I have no problem with they doing it because it's a game. I know the game. You know what I'm saying? You trying to build your personality and make you seem relatable to people, but it ain't about the music when you go to these places. Let's just keep it a buck. You know, you're not going to a Kai Cenat for music criticism, for actual journalism. You going there to be entertained. That's what you do. No disrespect to Kai. Love what the young dude is doing. You know what I'm saying? I love to see any black person doing well and successful, whether I like what they're doing or not, whether I watch them or not. You want to go to these places though, because you want to dictate the interview. You want to dictate what gets talked about. You want to dictate everything. You want the control. And you know if you go to an actual journalist, you're not going to have that control. I don't understand the point of going to somebody if you want all of that control. You don't want to actually get interviewed then. You know, that's what I'm saying. Because you would never go to a Sway, you would never go to even the Breakfast Club. You would never go to these places and dictate that type of stuff because they would laugh at you. You know, we saw Tyler try to do it. And they said, nah, we're going to do what we want, basically. Because you don't dictate what goes on. That's not an interview. That's not an interview. You know, I think it's lazy. I think a lot of the people who do go to streamers are lazy, though. And that's just my take on it. Now, what Russ pissed me off on, because that his comments and his little bullet point, whatever, that pissed me off. But what really pissed me off is him kind of tone policing a black woman. And it's kind of ironic that he is a white artist tone policing a black woman on a black art form. And he's trying to say like, oh, know your role, know your place. But it's tone deaf. It's very tone deaf. Because yes, journalists need like artists and stuff like that. They also need other stuff, you know. But they do need artists. But the way Russ explained it was like a dumbed down version of what journalism is. That is not what he dumbed it down for his dumbass audience, for people who don't actually understand what journalism is. That's what he did. Because yes, journalists need artists. Artists need journalism. Journalists. Artists need the fans. It's a business. That's how it works. It's a machine. Everybody depends on each other. You know what I'm saying? Artists need fans to listen to their music. Artists need journalists to put the stuff out there so the fans have something to read or see. They all need each other. His dumbed down definition, like, oh, you just sit on the sideline and you interview the athletes, interview the the rapper, the singer. That's your job. No, that is not what journalism is. That is not. It's way more than that. That is a disrespect to journalism. Like, I respect journalism so much, I would never call myself a journalist. And I do the research. I look up all the stuff. I do the work. You know what I'm saying? I love talking about music. I do the research. I do everything. I does that. You feel me? But I would never disrespect journalists and call myself a journalist because of the respect I have for it. That definition that he gave was such a tone deaf, dumbed down version of what a journalist is. And if you think that's what a journalist is, I can't help you. I can't help you. I do not like how he policed a black woman. I don't like when a white person gets way too comfortable talking about this art form. And that's the problem with hip hop. We have been way too welcoming that somebody like Russ feels the need that they can just share their opinion like that. They got too comfortable. Way too comfortable. And I just don't like it. And this is like the nice way of me saying this. Like, that was a dumbed down definition of what a journalist is. Very disrespectful. You are tone policing a black woman. Your privilege is showing. So, a dope podcast that I follow, Rap and Order. Y'all should follow them boys. Listen to their podcast. It's dope. They had a conversation and they were talking about who's the big three for women rappers like right now. And that was an interesting question to me because I'm like, who is the big three right now? Because women are killing it right now. And there's so many women you can make the case for being in the big three. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it got me thinking. I was thinking long and hard. I wrote down like 15 names. And that also showed you the state that we are in with women, because I wrote 15 names down that could have possibly made the list. And they are all doing their damn thing. But I'm going to give my big three. My big three. First, we're going to give Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion is like very marketable. She's everywhere. She's featured on everything. She's in all the commercials and stuff like that. People love her. People hate her. Like, it's kind of like how, for the men equivalent, I guess, how Drake is that role. You know, Meg Thee Stallion comes with like controversy. I don't think it's controversial, but like some people like have controversy. They have takes on her that I just think is stupid. The same thing with Drake, to be honest. So I would say Meg Thee Stallion is definitely on there. She has the hits. She has it all. I would also say, like Doechii is also on there. Now, to me, Doechii is like, she's like what Nicki Minaj is supposed to be or was. Lyrical, can sing, can do it all. She just doesn't come with the controversy. She makes great music. I'm really excited to see where her career goes because Doechii has been killing it. Doechii has been doing the damn thing. Like, I'm mad that I didn't get tickets to Doechii's concert. They sold out so fast, and I'm tempted to buy the resale. Like, I'm very tempted. I'm gonna go by myself too, but I'm very tempted to buy the resale because I like what Doechii's doing. She can rap, she can sing, she could do pretty much everything. Honest, I need that song. What is it? That Sunday song, whatever it is. I need that on streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on the name of the song, but I need that on streaming. You know, I love that song. I love what she's doing. I think Doechii is one of them ones, and I think we are going to talk about her like top tier status in a couple of years. Now, the last spot, I thought about a couple of names. And the name I'm going to go with, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Lotto. Now I wrote down No Name, but I don't think No Name is ever going to reach that level because of the type of music she makes. So I'm gonna go with Lotto because of what Lotto is doing, the hits and everything like that. Now, my personal one would be No Name, but I'm going with Lotto because of the success and the popularity. She's on that spot. But let me know who y'all think should be on the big three when it comes to women MCs, because the women are killing it. What I came down with is like the state of women in hip hop and stuff like that. And honestly, this conversation made me want to do an episode with women talking about the state of hip hop from a women's perspective, having conversations about hip hop with women on what we can do better as men, misogyny. I want to talk about hip hop with women. I'm gonna hit up a few people because that's gotta happen. We gotta make it happen. But there's also some stuff that happened that was in the news, and Wale had another tweet. I don't know what it is, Wale. You got some tweets that's getting these conversations started, and he talked about Future being top 10. Now, I don't know if he meant top 10 all time or top 10 right now. Now, if he's talking about all time, I can't go that far. As much as I think Future is dope and I think Future is one of the most talented MCs out. But he's talking right now, it's not even a conversation. He's top 5 right now. Like Future, his influence, his consistency, the hits, everything like that, he's definitely top 10 right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not going to ever disrespect his influence. Now, I'm so surprised at his success. I'm not going to lie. I'm so surprised by Future's success because I remember seeing him at Rock the Bells. This is either 2011 or 2012. And he was performing early. It was like 12:30. He was on at 12:30. You know, like, and that at a festival, if you on that early, you like up and coming and stuff like that. Like whenever that song Racks on Racks on Racks, like that was big at the time. I remember that, and I'm thinking like, oh, this dude, he gonna be cool, but he's not gonna last that long. Like when I heard him, and to see where Future is at right now is insane. He beat the odds, in my opinion. He beat the odds. You know, like everything else that Future puts out at this point is just cake because he beat the odds. And he is definitely top 10 right now. You can make a case that he's top 25 all time. I don't know if I'm ready to go there yet, but also his career is still going. So it's kind of like it's still like steadily improving. So it's hard for me to judge him. But I'm not mad at anybody who has him in their top 10 or their top 25 because he's accomplished so much. And his influence, his hits, like his career is just it's just blossomed in such a way that I did not see it, and I love seeing it. So Wale has a point. I do think Future's career is top worthy, but that's just me. Y'all let me know. But before we get out of here, I'm excited. Like I haven't been this excited for music in a long, long, long time. Like I've always been excited about music, but I'm like checking my phone, going to Spotify, looking like for new songs, and like I'm really excited because we got some new releases coming pretty soon. Like we got an Absol album coming. You already know, West Coast, West Coast. Absol is one of my favorite rappers, so we getting a new project from him, and he got a banger. He got a banger. That song with Problem is a banger. You know what I'm saying? We getting a new Tyler the Creator album. And I'm not a fan of Tyler's first couple albums, but them last 3 have been hitting for me, and I love what he's been doing. So we getting a new Tyler the Creator album. He also announced Camp Flognog. I'm not even going, and I'm excited. Like Earth Gang is dropping. So we get another Earth Gang album. You know what I'm saying? And they drop it on a Tuesday, so we can like live with it. And I want music to go back to being released on Tuesday, so I'm happy. We getting the West Side Gun album, and I haven't even been that excited because Griselda has been letting me down. But every time they release something, your boy is one of the first ones to listen to it. Like they've been disappointing, but I still give it a chance. So we getting a Griselda or a West Side Gun album. Like the music that we're getting to finish this year off is going to be great. It's been a great year for music, man. It's been a great year for music, you know, and I'm I'm excited, bro. Y'all have no idea. I'm excited. Let me know what releases y'all have, like y'all excited for. Let me know what y'all think. But let me give y'all the song of the week. Play them. I got it. Check out her EP. Came out a few years ago, but it's still doing numbers over here. Dope. And this has been Open Mic. I've been your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. And I'll catch y'all next Wednesday with another dope pod to step to. Peace out.